Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome to the Sky's the Limit Limitless event. Here at Sky's the Limit, our heart is to connect entrepreneurs to mentors, business development, and funding opportunities. And today, we get to hear an amazing conversation from a really cool entrepreneur right here on our platform. But before we get started, I want you to check out this video to see all about Sky's the Limit.
Sky's the Limit is the best asset that has come up in the past year. Since 2021, they have been able to support raise of our investments in capital for our business, allowing us to launch our first book, Holistic Money Mindset, Mental Preparation for Abundance. More importantly, they've provided social capital as well. The network within Sky's the Limit is immaculate. From the fellow entrepreneurs I'm able to connect with all the way to the amazing mentors from amazing organizations across the world. My advice to anyone on the fence about joining Sky's the Limit, just do it. My first 2 weeks on the platform, I was very determined to expose myself to the network and met with over 20 mentors. Now, pretty much everyone on my personal and professional mentor list comes from Sky's the Limit. With that being said, you never know until you try, so go ahead and bet on yourself and your business and get on Sky's the Limit.
That was amazing. Man, I love each event we get to do and every story we get to hear. I'm excited to hear yours next. But for now, get ready for this month's Limitless conversation. Well, welcome back to this month's Limitless conversation. I'm excited you're here with us. Man, I'm excited. We're right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, live in person for in-person conversation. I'm here with a friend, another amazing Tulsa entrepreneur, and I'm excited for you to get to learn about her. I'm here with the one and only Danielle Melton. How you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me, Chris.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I get ammunition just sitting in these conversations and learning about the journey. Some I've heard before, some I haven't, and so thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you.
Can we just get right into it?
Yes.
Tell us how Motherboard Society came to be. Where's the thought? Where's the vision? Where's the inspiration behind it?
Yes. Well, first off, Motherboard Society, we are a community that supports working moms who want to grow both personally and professionally while leveling up in their business and in their network.
Yeah.
So, what happened was basically I was in executive leadership in school districts, from being a school director, from being a director of operations of a school district, and just with that journey of trying to like grow my career. And I was like on top of my career, I just felt that the balancing of like work and life and being a mother and all this stuff was challenging.
Yeah.
So I was looking kind of like for community or friendships that understood my struggle with trying to balance it all. And on my journey, I noticed that I wasn't finding like what I needed. I saw like mommy groups, but they focused on like the children. But I, as the mom, needed to be mothered.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't see what was out there for me. So I said, you know what, let's create it.
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah.
said I'm gonna be. So here's the thing. You found out that you wanted to be the problem. Excuse me, the solution to the problem. I think the one thing I always tell people is the creativity at its core is not solely just art. It's problem solving, how to find and be solution to a problem. So that was you and your form of creativity, how to find and be the solution to a problem in the specific land of motherhood. So what kind of events do you guys host in the city
Yeah.
to kind of bring that inspiration as well?
Yeah, so we host a lot of different things, and we actually started with just being a networking events.
yeah.
You know, having some networking opportunities monthly, and then we kind of evolved more with people asking for more. So started here in Tulsa with monthly, like I said, networking events, and then evolved to Mother's Day tea, and then our signature event, which is our Mom's Giving, which is every Thanksgiving season we celebrate moms and just say like how awesome they are before the craziness of the holiday season. Just that pause for that. So we just do a lot of events, with here in Tulsa, and and expand it.
One thing we talked about often on this space is that work-life balance. Like some people will say it's not existent. Like some people say it's a struggle, like a balance, ebb and flow. What does it look like for you?
So I don't like the word balance.
Yeah.
I said let's take that out of our vocabulary and say more so of a juggle,
Yeah.
because as we know, the juggle is real.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about it as you're juggling. So you have different balls that are going, and then sometimes balls will drop, and we need to be okay with that. So sometimes we need to pick up those balls and give them to other people and like ask for help. So that's one thing I really preach, is that balance is not a thing. It's going to be a juggle, and that's why we're here to support one another for that juggle. But with me, I have a great support system, and yes, the juggle is definitely real.
Yeah.
And there are different times in life that, especially as working moms, we need to keep in mind that there's going to be some highs and lows. So there's going to be heavy seasons where you're like really focused on more so on the career portion.
Yeah.
And then just being able to prep your family for that. And then there's going to be lower, times where it's like, okay, we're going to be able to focus more on the family.
Absolutely.
So just being a working mom, those are the challenges that we face. So I'm really big at preaching like, hey, mom, it's okay. This is normal, especially as career-driven mothers.
Yeah.
And, creating that space that we can like pour into each other and just be there for one another and like support each other and be each other's cheerleader is just so important.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
no balance,
Yeah.
it's a juggle.
Yeah.
100% of a juggle.
Good. That's a quote right there. I love it. Let's go. How'd you hear about Sky's the Limit, and how has how's your business been impacted by it?
Yeah. So as a newer entrepreneur, I'm just trying to find different ways to like grow the business and grow my expertise on different things so I can, of course, better serve, our community within Motherboard Society. And Chris is actually one of the reasons that led me to Sky's the Limit. He has helped us with a couple of our events and things like that for Motherboard. And I knew that he was part of Sky's the Limit, and he kind of like encouraged me to like apply or get a login and stuff like that. And, it's just has changed drastically with my, my trajectory of where I'm going because of you encourage me and, being there for me as I, got part of the program and then connecting me with other great, mentors. Like, wow, like I mean, Sky's the Limit has done tremendous things for me in my life, and I am forever grateful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Even specifically on mentors, Sky's the Limit outside, what is your view on mentorships and anybody's journey as an entrepreneur?
Yes, mentorship is very important. I think everybody has a opportunity to mentor in some type of way because we all have strengths in different areas. For instance, I also have a branding and web design company called Boss Mom Branding Co. And I also help other brands who are, wanting to kind of start and execute. I help them to get to that point. So, I guess you can say that I'm a mentor in some kind of way. So with that being said, it's really important to be able to, not hold everything in, especially when you have those resources and those tools and expertise, but also to kind of like pour into other people who are, coming from behind you so that they can, also have a seat at the table. So, and I believe Sky's the Limit is definitely doing a great job with creating those seats at the table.
Come on, let's go.
Yes.
I love it. I think one thing we often share is, access and opportunity, right? It's one thing for you to tell me, there's a seat at the table. Another thing to bring an actual chair to the table, right? Right. It's like, no, there's room for you. It's like, no, don't look.
Right,
Don't look like it. Like I can be in, but like, so that's the heart of me personally, but also the art of Sky's the Limit. So I love that you were able to be a part of that space and take a seat at the table. I want to go a little deeper. I think a lot of people that may be viewing this may have fear of starting, right? In view of challenges, right? Of what may happen, what setback may happen, the money. I don't know. Well, can you just tell us around the challenge you may have faced and how you overcame it?
Yes. So a lot of things, just the thought process of like creating something is overwhelming. It can just be so overwhelming. Like where do you start? How do you finish? What's the next steps? So just being able to kind of like going forward and just continuing to move forward and learn as you go. I like the saying fail forward. Like if you're failing but you're not stopping, so you're going to definitely get to the next level. So I think that's really important to do and to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And then also just being around other people who can encourage you. And if they're not there, be your own cheerleader. That is so important. I know that a lot of people didn't understand kind of what I was doing, and that didn't cause me to not want to continue. It caused me to say, you know what, Danielle, you're here for you. You know what the vision is, you know what you're needing and what the community needs. So continue to move forward, and so glad that I did.
Come on, I love it.
Okay, so like I said, I had a background in education. I've been in educational leadership, master's in education. So when I started this entrepreneur journey, I said, you know what, I know how to get this together. I can figure figure this out. But it's just so interesting that even with my education and my background and my experiences, there is still a gap of things I didn't know. With research and, watching YouTube, there's still things I didn't know. And Sky's the Limit was able to kind of help me kind of close that gap. And, one of the things I wasn't sure about was fundraising. I thought you had to have a nonprofit for that. So, finding out that, oh, that's not true, you can do it for profits. I was like, okay, so my mindset for this year was to start with fundraising. So being connected with some great mentors and then other entrepreneurs who have done it and know like the process of it is really important. So this year I've got one of the grants through Sky's the Limit. It's a $2,500 grant. Yay! And then I received another grant, for my grant searches and applications. And then I also, just wanting to apply for accelerated programs and other things that will help, give me like the wraparound services that I need to take Motherboard Society to the next level. So fundraising is really important. And now because I know this information, I am now preaching this to other people like, hey, if you're starting a business, start fundraising because if you don't have the capital up front, it can be difficult, but being able to fundraise definitely can give you that cushion to kind of do more exploration.
Absolutely. That's amazing. You've given so much wisdom already just in your journey. So I hope you're taking notes and paying attention already. As we look forward, to the rest of this year, what something you can share? What's some of the things you have planned for the future for Motherboard?
Oh, so many cool things. So our vision for this year is to open 20 chapters by the end of the year.
Sheesh.
Yes, 20 chapters nationwide. As of right now, we have 3 running chapters. We have Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and Baton Rouge. And 3.5, I should say, in queue. We have Baltimore opening, Detroit, Houston, and our virtual chapter coming.
Come on.
So we do have a lot of different people messaging me daily, hey, can we get a chapter in our city? And in our country, I had Germany and Canada recently asked me about that. So just hearing that and seeing that people are yearning for this, and this is definitely a need for people to be having, being involved in a community that supports, the working mother is really something that I'm saying, I'm keeping in mind like, hey, so this is a great thing that I created. This is something that we definitely need, and I cannot wait to be able to be in every city, huge conferences, podcast coming soon, all these great things to support the working mom community. So one thing I wanted to mention is that studies show there's a Motherly did a survey and they said that 92% of working moms don't feel supported by their society. So that is one of the reasons that drove me to it as well with my research. I said, okay, if 92% of moms are feeling this way, let's create that society and close that gap.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing.
Come on.
Yes.
What we talked about here, guys? That's amazing. I want to, as we wrap up, I want to leave us with 2 levels of inspiration. I want to first talk to the entrepreneur that's wanting to start, right? Has the idea, or maybe started a little bit like, but's fearful, doesn't know where to get funded. Like, I want to bring some inspiration to that person.
Okay.
Then I also want to bring inspiration to the mother, right? So the either single mother, working mom, mom with challenges, whatever. I want to just bring some inspiration. So let's first start with the entrepreneur that's just starting out. What words of wisdom and inspiration can you share?
Okay, so I have 2 words of wisdom. So first is join Sky's the Limit. I mean, that's period. Like if you're one, I have been like the biggest cheerleader for Sky's the Limit. Everybody I know, again, this is my thing. When I'm moving forward and I'm getting seats at tables, my community's coming with me. Okay, so I have told everybody, even my employees that work with me who have their own, businesses. I'm like, oh yes, Sky's the limit. You want to do that for your business. Absolutely. So that's first off. So you don't even have to be by yourself, and you don't have to kind of wonder and just kind of feel like you're alone, and you'll be around other great entrepreneurs on different pieces of their journey, as well as being connected with mentors who can definitely take you to the next level. That's first everything. Okay. Second, just as I mentioned, like be your own cheerleader. I think that's really important. If you don't believe in what you're doing, others won't either. And don't let other people who may not understand what you're doing or may have questions, like like be the person or be the reason why you don't start. Okay, so just make sure that you believe in you. Okay, and again, sky's the limit will have those wraparound people to believe in you too. So
Absolutely.
just throwing that out there. So
Don't have.
yeah, just throwing that out there too. But seriously, I'm not even trying to just like be funny about like, oh, sky's the limit, like I'm dead serious. Like they're very helpful. Like I've been, partner with a couple great mentors. Lauren Bates, Laura Plato, like those two ladies have been great cheerleaders. And I haven't even, to be honest, like hearing how they completely believe in what I'm doing is just like, try not to cry. It's just, it's beautiful to hear because just seeing some other people who share the same, like, I don't know, like excitement that I have about what I'm doing and definitely see what I'm doing and like how can I best support, like this is going to be great, this is going to be wonderful, like what you're doing is great. Just hearing those words is just, it's just so great because I know what I'm doing is impactful and will make the difference in the lives of others. And just hearing other people who really truly believe in what I'm doing is just priceless. So anyway, that's why I say sky's the limit because truly they're awesome. So
Hashtag priceless. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing.
yes.
As we wrap up, the mother,
Yes.
working mom, single mom.
Yes.
What words of wisdom can you share?
We got your back. So as a motherhood community, we have your back. Don't ever feel like you're alone in your journey. We understand and we've been there. So just it's really important just to surround yourself with other people who understand your journey, especially as a mom, especially working mom, single mom, stay-at-home mom. Don't feel alone in it because there's other people out there who can be there and be your support. I also want to say that like as mothers, we need to put our pride to the side because a lot of times we don't want others to see us struggle because we're scared of judgment. So just again, if you're around those people who are there who understand you, understand your journey, and understand like, hey, like I've been there, that is really important. Okay, so just find that your tribe, and if your tribe is Motherboard Society, we'll definitely wrap around you and encourage you and bring you on. And if it's someone else, all I'm saying is find your tribe, find your people, so that you can keep going and knowing that you're doing a good job, Mama.
That's a wrap. This has been an amazing time together. Thanks for joining us. Here with the one and only Danielle Melton.
Oh,
Thanks for being here. You're amazing. We thank you for taking the space the way you do, and we know the sky is the limit.
100%.
Pun intended.
Pun intended, actually. Come on now. Come on now.
Pun intended. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure you continue to stay tapped into all that Sky's the Limit is doing. Stay a part of the community. Join us every month for our Limitless conversation. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of the day.